What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode?
What's good, what's good? Yeah, finally getting back out here, doing hills. So glad that I'm back on my feet, able to run, sprint, and just train. So this is just a message of gratefulness and gratitude out here. Where is he at? Little shadow behind me. So we're getting in these hills. So I'm gonna go ahead and record this last one just because got to document this. If you knew the process, all the stuff it took to get back, all the things I had to get overcome, had to get past, all the opposition, and just everything that comes along with life. This is part of, the foundation for CJ Ward Creations. Creation is a foundation, and I'm only here because of the creator. So on behalf of Daily Discipline, of course, CJ Ward Creations, High Performance Clinics, I'm here. Dang. Let's go. So we get it in. The camera's shaky, but oh well. I'm just glad to be doing this all the way. There we go. Get to the top. You made it to the top. So whoever's got things they're trying to accomplish, you may have things ahead of you. I mean, you may be coming back from an injury. You may be coming back from, I don't know, rehab, maybe in the process. Just, you may have some type of mental health things that you're getting past. I'm just speaking on behalf of, everybody that I've been able to speak to. Some, students, all the way to the elders. Many great conversations. And one thing I know about it, although I may be good at certain times, hey, there's a thing called Murphy's Law that I don't really want to speak about right now, because I'm just glad and happy things are starting to work out. But this is just for motivation and encouragement. For anybody that may need an extra push, any type of motivation, you're not by yourself. You can make it through whatever you have ahead of you. So regardless of your situation, keep pushing. See it through, and you will succeed. The CJ Ward, touching in or touching base. I hope you all well. And as always, be encouraged.
With consideration to all that I had experienced from September 9th of 2020 through the winter and the spring of 2020 and 2021, I was actually excited to finally get an opportunity for community engagement. After being disappointed professionally from a recent employer due to diversity and cultural awareness concerns and culturally hostile work environments, perhaps now I would be appreciated for my work ethic rather than experiencing worker suppression grounded in bigotry. Huge shout out to the Living Arts of Tulsa for making me feel accepted, opposed to question and neglected. And by way of my experience at Living Arts of Tulsa, I crossed paths with another featured artist, someone who is now a dear friend of mine, Sandra Slade. Based on our interaction as a couple of creatives, led to several opportunities for my company and professional branding. And as an entrepreneur, we greatly appreciate referrals and the promotion of our services, especially if anyone has ever been helped or benefited from our services. Even to this day, our interaction has been one of the most healthiest ongoing interactions I've had with any woman from Tulsa. So with that said, I appreciate you, black woman. Your class and advocacy mattered and still matters. And to the other women I met while visiting Tulsa that helped rather than harmed, I tip my hat to you as well. Respect.
What's going on, world? CJ Ward touching base, checking in. On behalf of the Ward and Wellness Services, on behalf of CJ Ward Creations, on behalf of Daily Discipline, on behalf of the High Performance Clinics, I come to you today saying peace. I hope everything is well in your world. Today is literally the first day back to true entrepreneurship since November of 2020. I was working with an agency, and to those that I met that we had great connections, a great chemistry, collaboration. I appreciate you all for your kindness. It goes a long way. I appreciate respect. So today I actually submitted my resignation on last Friday. Today I turned in my equipment, and my official day would be next week. But I say all that to say, today, I'm coming back to true entrepreneurship. Living Arts of Tulsa did a wonderful wonder by inviting me to join in with the festivities of Mayfest, also Junefest, with the exhibition of the Tulsa Race Massacre. And there's an exhibition. They chose one of my works, which I'm truly appreciative. It just lets me know, my work hasn't been in vain. But even with that said, today I'm embarking back on a journey that I started back in 2016. And it's a wonderful joy 5 years later to be walking in my purpose. And that's not just to say, look at me and everything else. No, that's for encouragement. I'm encouraged because I know I live for a greater purpose than, my needs. But at the same time, I'm walking in my season. And I appreciate the journey. I appreciate the lessons. I appreciate everything that come along the way. So if anybody's out there, hey, I want to pursue this, but I don't know what to do it. It'll be worth it. You may say, hey, I may need to go back to school because there's a certain field that I'm interested in, but I know it takes certifications, licensure, just accreditation. Do it. It'd be worth it. Even if you're on a job, I speak about taking back your time. Because, when you work for others, you give them your time. So even when you're giving other people your time, you can still respect your time. So just make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever you're putting your work into, your energy, your effort into, you're making it worthwhile. And I'm just sharing this video just as a courtesy, as a grateful gesture, as just speaking from my testimony. So before I leave and head out and I head to the gallery here in Tulsa, I just want to make this video real quick. Regardless of whatever you're pursuing, you can do it. You just got to put the effort into it and just take it day by day. That's why I speak about daily discipline, and that's the cornerstone of daily discipline. So as always, I hope this message reaches you well and reaches you in great spirits and helps you along the way. Be encouraged and make this day a great day. Respect.
And then here we are, back on the road, hotel living, wardrobe selections, and walking the talk. New opportunities and appreciated collaborations. Literally creating the writings on the wall. I've been a part of the art galleries in the past, but nothing to this magnitude. Finally, recognized as the professional I've always been. But then again, even Jesus said the prophet is honored everywhere except for his own hometown, etc.
Martina Oh, I'm gonna butcher that name. Forgive me. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know who my man is. He out here jamming though. CJ Ward. Yeah, my man said shout out to CJ Ward. Let's be very clear about that.
Of course, I had a spark, a couple of sticks to celebrate professional and personal success. What else can I say? God has been extremely good, and I'm grateful, and will always be, as well as more rendezvous with a former teammate and lifelong brother. Great to see you again, bruh. With everything that just had transpired, I had to self-reflect and celebrate the events. My faithful actions were actually coming into fruition, and Tango and I just seemed to be along for the ride. And just like that, we were on our way back to Tulsa. Centennial, here we come. What's up, world? CJ Ward touching base in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hey, I wouldn't say celebrating, but I would say remembering the Tulsa Race Massacre. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm here not to benefit off of suffering and all the trauma that has happened to this area and this community, but it's more of, hey man, I'm telling the ancestors, man, we here. We're here. Something that happens to one of us happens to all of us. So, hey man, the mission continues. But I'm here downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma, over at the OSU campus. And this representation. Actions speak louder than the words. It's not about me, it's about the community. Period. So let's see where it's gonna lead us. Salute. Although I arrived with great intentions, we can't force people or communities to accept our assistance.
On any instrument for real. Historic Route 66 made his bones right here. We are the pieces that complete the wardrobe.
However, I remain until heading back home. Unexpected family reunions and brotherly bonds and the promotion of Black excellence. Although I created the brand Black Regal for Tulsa as a celebration of Black excellence, I brought the celebration back home. But once again, a prophet is honored everywhere except in his own hometown. So, for healing, I continue to rely on God and got lost in creation. Creation is the foundation. Overcome and continue to be resilient. His grace is sufficient and His power is made perfect during seasons such as these. Therefore, in this season, I will boast about the Lord's power and delight in difficulty and rejection. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Period. Hey, what's happening with it? Hey, CJ Ward already touching base. Just for this moment, I had to document this. I'm literally doing the paint, getting ready to go back to Tulsa. In the meantime, in between time, I had to come back and handle business back in my hometown, especially, for Father's Day, I had to come back, make sure, saw Pops. But, at the same time, still handle business. Hey, I never stopped working, never stopped grinding. And the only reason I'm not sitting here saying this in an arrogant fashion, the only reason I'm saying that, there was a time I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk. I literally could not sit up, for real. But, I'm here standing up. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. This, hey, real talk. But before I get into this video, for real talk, I literally could not stand, sit up for real. I couldn't even crawl. But now I'm still standing strong, passion, purpose driven, real talk. Hey, whatever you're doing, make sure it's purpose driven. Are you living your life? You only got one life to live. I'm making sure when I pass, I'm passing empty. I'm trying to die empty. Like, everything I can get out is gonna be out. So just with that said, I'm literally working on a piece, and I'm about to head back to, like I said, place of residence in Tulsa, and you know, make it do what it do. Picasso art, you know, art and comedy showcase. Shout out to y'all. But I had to make this real quick. I don't know. Hey, man, I see myself in the background, like, big back. Anyway, hey, check this out. I gotta play this, and this is why. You'll see in time. Come on, man. All right, technical. Here we go. Man, look at that right there. It ain't done yet. It's not done yet. I'm still working on it. I'm in the process. Grind mode. Already.
I'm dope because I'm black.
Huh?
I'm dope because I'm black. Black lives matter.
Everybody know that. Already, man. Documentation, man. Hey, promotion of black excellence. It never stops, regardless. Hey, man, you the image of what it takes to be successful. Already, man. Shout out to you. Everyone out there with a melanin in their system, this is not a diss. This is a, hey, man, salute you, man. I know it's hard out here sometimes. Keep your head up and keep grinding. Male, female, y'all already know what it is. It's the same thing. But to all my partners out there, regardless of race, shout out to you. Period. And completion. Oftentimes, the most simplistic has the deepest meaning. The concept of red, black, and green, blood, soil, and prosperity. What's happening, world? CJ Ward, touching base, checking in, literally. So, it's been a minute since I made a video, but today I'm making this video because I'm in a showcase, which is a Picasso's art and comedy showcase, and looking forward to it. You know, I've been traveling for business, just got back in, and just due to just the nature of the event, they decided to put me up in a hotel. So I was like, hey, can't complain about that. Really appreciate it. But just for even saying that, last time that I traveled around, most of the times I've traveled around and others paid for the trip, it was on like a full-time job or something of that nature. But today is one of the first times where, you know, someone's put me up in a hotel based off the work that I've done, self-employed, you know, the LLC, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this is actually done through art. So I'm just, you know, giving a shout out real quick. Just grateful for just the opportunity and just living in the moment, taking one moment at a time, you know, being appreciative of it. So, hey, we are just me as usual, or I won't say as usual, but normally it's just me. So, hey, I'm about to get some rest. I've been on the road since 3 o'clock this morning. Yeah, making it do what it do. So hopefully, you know, later on the event goes well. Hopefully, you know, the art pieces are appreciated, at least from an artist standpoint, because as a great Dallas MC, song composer, everything else once said, you know, sometimes we be sensitive about our stuff, you know what I mean? But anyway, just to make light of the situation. But want to take this little time to take this time to say, you know, Hey, one day at a time, one step at a time. If y'all knew where I came from, literally had to teach myself how to walk for a third time. Ooh. But this is the 40th rotation around this thing, and I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it in, and I'm embracing everything that the universe is bringing my way. So who knows what's to come from this, and not just from this, but in the future, whatever it is, I'm embracing, I'm taking it. I put a lot of work into it, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice, and one day at a time, being appreciative. So go ahead and get off here. As always, hope this message reaches you well, and hope you are all well. I hope all is well with you, and definitely be encouraged. And we're here. So hope all is well. Hope this message reaches you with great spirits and helps you along the way. Be encouraged and make this day a great day. And a couple hours before showtime, I needed to get my energy right before another long drive. Spotted a couple of flyers along the city, and the excitement continued to build. And what can I say? It was a great experience and met many talented individuals. Art and comedy is known to be soothing for the soul. That evening, after thinking about the many miles of reflection prior, I realized, despite of all that I had experienced leading to this point, victory for the victor. And though many individuals plotted on my downfall, but nature has a way of being unbiased and being there for those who possess the right type of energy. A celebration of new life at its finest, completely dispelling the myths of previous doubters, like when others said I would never be able to ride a bike again. At this time, I would like to give a shout out to the many haters along the way, as well as the individuals of support. Miss Sandra Slade, thank you for being a real one of the only community members in Tulsa who walks the talk, which led to speaking engagements, interviews, and podcasts. Although Focus Black Oklahoma tried to mute my message, God has a way of working together all things for the good. So instead, I decided to work on my footwork and getting more grounded in my mission, which led to more opportunities. I'm telling you, the Lord will make a way. And then again, back to the road and truck maintenance, grilling and reconnecting, while celebrating the gains and improvements of brothers I will be connected with for life. And of course, I can't forget about family. Family, meaning healthy bonds. I really appreciate y'all. More walks to the park with my best friend, and then being reunited with my childhood best friend. A reunion that my soul and spirit needed. A bond that will forever be strong. Period.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping. I still have faith in the future.
This is Jeff Chrisman, and I'm here today on the Living Arts of Tulsa podcast, and I'm very happy and very grateful to have the opportunity today to be visiting with CJ Ward. CJ, thanks so much for taking the time with me. I appreciate this.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Certainly. And what I thought I would do is I first of all wanted to take a moment and honor your work and also honor your participation in the current exhibit at Living Arts, and it's definitely very appreciated. And I thought I would start out the conversation by asking you to share a little bit, just in your own words, about what your work means to you at a deeper level.
My work to me means passion, means purpose. Most of my background has been education, specifically counseling and mental health. So most of the things that I do is community oriented, and also, bringing out the best of self.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then I was going to ask a little bit just about your artistic perspective and anything, if someone were to ask you, about the artwork, that you create, it would be just really interesting to hear anything that you might share about that, as far as how you look at the world through that work that you do.
I've had the opportunity to have a lot of great conversations with a lot of people from, the youth, from, like I said, most of my background's been in education as far as professional wise. So from K through 12, all the way up to the elders, I've had a lot of conversations, and, a lot of people sometimes may feel that their voice is never heard, or they never really have a chance to really speak. So just based on the conversations I've had, I try to bring that to the forefront, especially through art.
Yeah, thank you so much. And if I could ask you, just not to put you on the spot at all, just anything that you might share as far as how if those conversations have changed your perspective in any way, or changed the way that you look at the world, is anything that you might share, just about the effect on you that some of those conversations, or some of the more formative ones that you've had, have possibly changed you in some way.
They have changed me, hopefully for the best. I definitely, try to push that way. But it made me more empathetic, and also broadened my horizons. There's a lot of things you may see from just your perspective, but once you're able to see things from other people's perspective, I think you're better able to see everything for a whole, and see where the role and the part you play within that. So.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then I was also going to ask if you wanted to share a little bit about the work that you have, that you have in this current, as far as in this current exhibit at Living Arts. Would be wonderful to hear anything that you might share about that.
So that project came about, very new information to me. I definitely believe in everyone being a student for life. So I'm always trying to learn and expand my mental capacity. But I think I came across the Tulsa race massacre probably, I want to say 8 years ago or so. And I was like, how is this the first time that I'm hearing about this or learning about this?
Yeah.
So, once I did my information about it, I continued to, kind of stay abreast of, a few things surrounding that. But I visited Tulsa in November 2019. And once I came, I was like, I have to go see, Greenwood District, Black Wall Street, just from, the research that I've done. And once I did that, I was like, you know what? Since my background is mostly in education, counseling, and mental health, what is the results of the trauma that has happened from, this 100 years and, everything that's been involved? So I came there and I visited, and I was like, okay, well, I believe in being a traveler, so I try to go around as many places and have conversations with people. So once I got to Tulsa, I was like, you know what? This wasn't what I expected, as far as in a good way. I just wanted to see the community and some of the moving parts. And shortly after that, I learned about the Tulsa Remote program. And I'm just at a stage right now. I've been doing a lot of doctoral research, things of that nature. So I learned about the Tulsa Remote program. I was like, well, I could do a year. Why not? Let me go see see this wonderful city, right? So, from there, once they accepted me into the program, which shout out to Tulsa Remote for the acceptance. Once I was there, I was able to do more trauma informed care. Actually got on with OU. It's the National Resource Center for Youth Services. I worked with them for at least 6 months, and definitely dealt with that that particular subject. So just everything that I'm speaking about, I just say that the work that I put forward with that was based on the conversations I've had with people, and also being involved in the community, and also just want to play my part.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and I really do honor that. And I was going to ask you as well, just what it has been like, since you've arrived in Tulsa, just what this has been like for you, in your, as far as any experiences you might share, or just anything that's been really memorable for you.
Well, I would say there's been a lot of the people that have embraced me as a transplant into the area. I really appreciate them. It's been, kind of different experience. I used to live in Texas. Also used to live in Arkansas, so that's not too far. I'm originally from Kentucky, so I'm kind of on that Bible belt, So there was a lot of similarities and familiar sights, but there also were some, a chance for new things. I'm a nature's man, so I've taken advantage of Turkey Mountain and a few other places. So
Oh yeah.
It's been a good experience. I'm able to really be on the forefront and see how Tulsa is. So it's been good.
Yeah, and I was wondering too if by chance it has living here or spending more time here, has that possibly affected just how you have seen the effect of the past 100 years on the community? And
After studying trauma, for a period of time, I could see some of the effects, and actually being able to see it in person allowed me to be at least a little bit more empathetic. At least I try to be, and going forward, taking my experience and kind of putting the pieces together, and hopefully piecing something together that will help the community and the city as well.
yeah, thank you. And then I was going to ask you, just in terms of with the different events that were going on over the past 2 or 3 weeks, actually maybe longer than that now. I was just going to ask, when you look to the future, if there's anything that you see in terms of, I didn't know if you see healing or just anything that you might share, just as far as you look to the future yourself personally.
Well, I'll say with the mantra of the U.S. United we stand, divided we fall. The way that we can make that work and also bring some healing, we have to work together. There's a thing that I say. Do me a favor. Put your hands up like this, if you don't mind.
Actually, like right now, okay? Yeah.
All right. So, what's the biggest difference between the two pictures?
Well, I'm trying to think here. Wait, we're definitely both we're both human beings. Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate it. But what else is different though?
Yeah. The skin color, is it?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this is the thing. If we continue to go back and forth about, okay, your skin color may be a certain skin color, mine's another.
Yeah.
We'll just continue to clash. But do me a favor,
yeah.
turn it around.
Yeah. So you
turn it
way.
around.
Yeah.
There we can connect.
Yeah.
That's how we heal. That's how we get over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, CJ, I love that. I love that. And I was going to ask you too, and I've always sensed that is it really about finding the fact that we all are souls, that we all have this human consciousness. We all feel the same feelings. And yeah.
I tell you, I was able to, blessed to have friends at a young age. And it wasn't until I went to school that I found out, dang, I had white friends. Like, they were just my friends, right? So when we tap into education and, as far as self-education and also education for others as well, just we gain a wider grasp of, others as well. I think we're able to connect more. So it really is based on the education, at least from my opinion.
Yeah, I love that. And I was going to ask you too, it sounds like, I had never really thought about this before, but in terms of, when you said the word conversations, is this really in a lot of ways about just the power of us being able just to speak about these things and not avoid it and just be able to actually speak from the heart. I don't know if that's an oversimplification, but
I think you summed it up well. Conversation, I believe, is just, if you kind of look at it like a tennis match, I may hit the ball and I hit it back. We just have a conversation rather than, I'm just hitting the ball, not expecting it to return. So, I named the title of the conscientious conversation because I think it goes further than surface level. But those that are willing to go deeper, will be the bridge.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you too. I mean, sometimes I was just curious if you just had anything, just from your own viewpoint and your own experiences, if those conversations sometimes are a little more difficult for people, or I don't know if you've ever experienced, sometimes people are maybe afraid to have, I don't know if people sometimes are afraid to have those conversations.
Well, change is hard.
Yeah,
Sometimes people really don't want change because you have to get out of your comfort level. But
yeah,
I think like that's the saying. Sometimes it may get worse before it gets better. Have those
yeah.
difficult conversations. As long as we're able to have a conversation, hit back and forth, I think it'll go well.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm assuming is listening a big part of that as well. I wonder if sometimes I know as humans, sometimes it's so, and I feel like this is is a human universal. No matter where we're from or no matter what we look like, is it sometimes that we're so busy we want to say whatever we want to say, and make sure that we're having our opinion heard. That I wonder if sometimes if that really gets in the way, instead of just listening and
I
yeah,
think we were given two ears and one mouth for a reason. I think we should listen twice as much as we speak. So but once again, like I said, it's just opinion based. But I think that if people really heard people and not just heard them to respond, but actually heard them or listened to them to understand, I think that really goes a long way.
yeah, that's yeah. I have to tell you that these are some things that are really, really reaching me, and I'm just so appreciative, CJ. In fact, I was going to ask. I just really wanted to, to open up the floor if there's anything that you possibly would just want to share. Not to put you on the spot, but at this point, I'm just so appreciative of what you shared. If there's anything else that you might want to speak to or share with people who are viewing or listening, I definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, well, I would just say, to anyone, if you haven't attended the exhibit, definitely go see the exhibit. Definitely, speak to, the staff at Living Arts of Tulsa. Wonderful people. I appreciate them for, allowing me to come in. And as well as not only that, just, be supportive and truly, be a part of the community. I think
Yeah.
that we all have a story. We all have things that we can contribute, and we also have an opportunity, especially right now, to connect and bridge, not just from a particular, I guess, standard or whatever else, but sometimes change may be difficult, but sometimes change can be good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because I feel like that is to me that is like it's like medicine. It's medicine for my ears. It's medicine for the soul. Just knowing that you're right. Sometimes it is difficult, but there really is something good on the other side of that.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that. Thank you.
absolutely. And if I could, I guess the last thing I did have a question that just kind of came up, just kind of popped in. Just kind of came up intuitively. If I could ask you, what it was like for you when you walked into, after the exhibit opened. And just since I'm not sure, when exactly you were there for the first time, just anything that you might share about your own personal experience, seeing your work with the other work that was there and just anything that you might share in terms of what it felt like for you.
So, well, I attended the opening. I want to make sure I was there and
Yeah.
supportive. But one thing that I did notice when I went in, I was able to have an opportunity to meet some volunteers, also the artists that were out, the other artists that were involved, and just having open people and people that were thinking more than just surface level. They're appreciative of the art, and also I was looking at some of the art pieces. I was like, I just feel honored just to be included. So
Yeah.
it was just a good experience. So
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear that, and I really do. I cannot thank you enough for being here today and just sharing your heart and speaking about your perspective and your experiences here. And definitely, it's wonderful to have you here in Tulsa, and so glad that you were a part of this exhibit. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for reaching out. Like I said,
Absolutely, it was great to meet you.
Conversation. So
Certainly, thank you.
I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. Black lives matter, everybody know that. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. Yeah, I'm dope because I'm black. And Black Lives Matter, everybody know that. From the approach, the evil wanted to see me turn ghost. On Front Street, the highest bidder purchased me from a post. But today, I'm still pushing, official OG. Although I'm 100, I stand my ground, there's no retreat. While others hate to see my culture lifted, but I refuse to give up what God gifted. We weren't created to go their way, so they chose to change my name from king to slave. But the melanin in my skin keeps me protected. Without knowledge to escape, some took penitentiary chances, while other captives on the verge of letting go. But I kept walking, everybody feel my flow. It ain't hard to tell, they already know. Clearly speaking from my soul, ancestors unfroze. Walking the path so many others chose to resist. Try to leave crumbs for direction, but they turn bitter dick. Yeah, I'm as real as it comes, everybody will see. Pushing forward with the Lord gifted to me. Maintaining while others acting like they ain't knowing. All I can be is real, anything else I ain't going. Even the lamest already know the deal. But sometimes it's hard to say how I feel. But I remain clearly twisted in the game. Crabs in the barrel just don't know how to stay in their lane. Yeah, I'm still walking, head tilted to the sky. For the Lord knows my heart and how much I try. Finally recognize my purpose, and now I'm becoming. Anxiety by the wayside, turning nothing into something. Now this reality, here's all that I know. They can build their systems, but will never steal my soul. Where I'm coming from, nothing moves under the sun. Screaming black and I'm proud until my life is done. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. Black lives matter, everybody know that. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. Yeah, I'm dope because I'm black. And black lives matter, everybody know that. Defeated flags still fly free, while the local task force concentrate on how to detain me. But it's going down stemming from when we used to hang for trees. Only thing that saved us was unity on bending knees, and not that religion created to twist me up. I'm a descendant from the original man, so that's what's up. So I double up whenever I go through the struggle. I turn my pain into glory, verified by my stories. Then from the glory, God increased my territory. So now when I walk, everybody else will see. Even if I'm struggling, I will always be me. And I refuse to deny any of my beliefs. Never switched up and never have a change. Yet I'm still winning in this crazy game. As it started, I grew up in the land of the heartless. My elementary had cages, so clearly I was targeted. Young, black, and gifted, especially as an artist. So natural education tried to break the smartest, until I bounced to #1 across the nation and became a world leader on my daily discipline. Now I have a full library of lessons overcoming my stress. In the midst of school districts, trying to put citizens on my progress. Present day curriculum, suppressing my commonwealth. So the systematic oppression, you can keep it to yourself. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. Black lives matter, everybody know that. I'm dope because I'm black. I'm dope because I'm black. Yeah, I'm dope because I'm black. And black lives matter, everybody know that.